Hey guys, what's up? This is Joey, and today I thought, kind of as a kind of like a new weekly stream that I'm gonna call Sunday Fun Day. I thought it would be cool just to um, just kind of um, get to know my audience a little better and keep the engagement up, but also to um, just kind of relax and have some fun and just talk about some things that don't necessarily have to do much with anything or might have actually something to do with something, but not something that we're gonna necessarily delve deep into with um, the content of this channel. So, having that said, um, today I kind of wanted to go into um, some of the some of the stuff here with I don't know, I guess like different homeless people and stuff, and the way that everything is kind of um to be honest, like um just to kind of look at, what people are doing as far as what their actual engagement with the homeless is. What are you I guess the proper word for it would be like charity porn, I guess. Like, are you really doing it to be nice, or are you just doing it because, for them views and them dank memes? So, having that said, um, let me just, yeah, and you know what? I'm going to, I'm gonna link my, I'm gonna link my Discord in the video below, and if you guys want to check that out, pretty active in there pretty much every single day. So, and you can ask questions, research related questions and stuff like that. So, um, before I start sharing my screen, we're gonna look at this video from we're gonna look at a couple of videos today. I only really have time for three, and they're kind of long. So, um, the first one here is gonna be by need help if you guys could actually see, like, the. All right. So, this one is gonna be by Phase Rogue. I believe that's how you say it. And I don't know. I watched through it previously, and I got pretty far into it, and it was like and we're gonna watch this one over here too, where apparently I guess he was like, yeah, just come chill in my house for a little bit. But yeah, so this dude that we're gonna see here, I believe his name is Mike. Yeah, Mike. Um, Mike's a homeless guy in FaZe's neighborhood, and I guess FaZe had met him at one point in another video, and he gave him some cash, and then he kind of makes a reoccurring appearance in some of these other videos and stuff. So we're just gonna see what FaZe's and Mike's relationship is like, and um, maybe give some some critiques here and there. I just this was something that this was something that a friend of mine had actually asked me to do. He was like, you know, do you really think that they really care about these people, or is it something that just like they're just doing for the views? So I figured I'd, you know, do some kind of modicum of research into it. Um, but some of the ones that I've seen have actually kind of given me some hope for humanity. So let's watch this one.
Yo, what is up, guys? How's everybody doing today? Welcome back to a brand new video. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day as always. And if you are new to my YouTube channel, my name is FaZe Drug and I upload videos every single day, except for the fact that I missed an upload 3 days ago. But don't mind that. I still try my best to upload every day. So if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, become a Rugrat today. So today is going to be a very special video.
All right, I'm just gonna pause it real quick. Shameless plug is shameless. Um, you know, I think all the young YouTubers now that I see, like, they're straight up like, hey, so this is what we got in store for you, and you better stay tuned because it's gonna be epic, or blah blah blah. And then like, oh, and if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. Um, you can see this one's got let me see how old this is. This one is from this year, February 18th, and it has over 2.6 million views. So is that because he's doing something for homeless Mike, or is it something that is it just because he has, you know, that many subscribers? He's got over 8 million subscribers. So you figure, you know, you got 2 million views and 8 million subscribers. Not a lot of engagement going on there. Right, a little less than half. So, um, you know, you really got to look at. I think that that's why a lot of people. I think that might be the reason why the friend that suggested this to me had said that he thinks that this might be fake, and I could see his point, I guess, but to me personally, I think I'm gonna withhold judgment until the very end. So let's just keep watching here.
And I'm so excited to do this. If you guys don't know who my boy Mike is, he's a homeless man in which I transformed his life a couple months ago, and since then we've been good friends. In this giant
Okay, so that's interesting to me right there that he says, "Hey, so you know, this guy was a homeless guy and I transformed his life." Like that right there is like self-gratification like all the way, 100%. That is it's not to take away from the fact that he might be doing something nice for Mike. The fact that he's willing to go out and out of his way to say, I transformed his life. And that might even be something that Mike has told him, right? But that's not something that you tell other people. I mean, like, what do they say? Humble brag? That's humble bragging.
world, it's kind of hard to find that genuine, super nice, humble person because like there's a lot of bad people in this world, but Mike is so sweet and genuine, and I'm sure a lot of you guys know who Mike is because you guys follow my homeless videos, and I've helped him out so much, and he's actually inspired me. Like he's told me some words of wisdom, and he just inspires me a lot. He inspires a lot of people, and today we're actually gonna make his wish come true. So many of you may think a homeless man's wish, if he has one wish, what would it be? A lot of people might think, oh, being a billionaire, oh, not living on the street. Do you guys want to know what Mike's wish is? His wish is to feed and help out his homeless friends. And that just
Okay, but that right there in and of itself shows some kind of mental iniquity, right? That you have a homeless person that is out on the street, not being sheltered, that is um, having a hard time with um, engaging and reintegrating back into uh, the normalcy of the status quo of society, that you have, you know, he's kind of showing complacency at this point. And the problem with transitionally homeless people that go into chronically homelessness, when you're chronically homeless, you have that complacency. The only difference between transitionally homeless, someone that's going from their bad situation to a better situation, and someone who's chronically homeless, where they've been that way for years, or even episodically homeless, where, yeah, I was homeless before, it's not so bad, you know. So just to kind of explain that, so you have transitionally homeless where something catastrophic might happen, but you're getting back on your feet and you're taking the steps necessary to make those changes to get back on your feet. That's transitionally homeless. Then you have um, chronically homeless, where chronically homeless is basically just you've been out on the streets now for the better part of a year or more. Um, and then with episodically homeless, episodically homeless means that it happens in episodes. You have episodes of being chronically homeless where you might have 3 to 6 months out on the street, and then you find a new friend, and the new friend's like, "Oh yeah, I'll help you out, man. Here, why don't you come work for me, or why don't you come work with me? Why don't you come stay on my couch and stuff?" And then whatever they're into, whether it's mental health, their mental health isn't so good, or they're battling some kind of addiction, AODA treatment, that kind of thing. It's gonna come back around, and then they're gonna be back homeless again. They're gonna burn that bridge, and then they're back on the street. So that complacency is actually a really big thing, and if FaZe really cares about Mike's well-being, I would make sure that he's getting that issue addressed immediately, because being being complacent as a homeless person isn't a good thing. Nobody should be okay with being in the situation that they are. But again, on this other side of that coin, does that mean that he should feel bad? No. I mean, there's a difference between showing complacency and looking for the silver linings, right? And what I'm interested to see now, after, because like I said, I don't know who this person is that we're watching right now. I just know that you can see right up on top here. I just typed in homeless, and then this was one of the videos that popped up. So um, we're just gonna keep watching this video, but I'm really interested to see if FaZe is enabling that behavior, or if he actually is being a more of an actively passive voice, or just an active voice for wanting Mike to change. So we'll see.
Shows right there what type of person Mike is. Anytime I've helped Mike, whether it's giving him money or food or any supplies, he always says, "I'm gonna help out my friends with this." If he's not one of the most genuine people I've ever met, I don't know who is, because he has such a kind heart, and you guys could see it as well. So right now I'm about to meet up with Mike, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna gather up all of his homeless friends, all of his homies, and we're gonna order a bunch of food, and I'm gonna get some goodies from Target. I'm gonna get some blankets and pillows, and after Mike has fed all of his homeless friends, we're gonna give them all a little treat after, like a little goodie bag. So guys, I hope you do enjoy this video. I know how much you guys enjoy these homeless videos, so if you guys want to please smash that like button, I would really appreciate that.
And people ask me why I'm proud of you. Okay, here we go. For the things you do, seriously, he woke up in the morning thinking, I want to do a good deed. I want to do a good. I'm proud of my son.
Thank you. By the way, I always explain this in my good deed type videos, and I just want to let you guys know that I do not do this because I want views and I want publicity and I want people to be like, "Oh my God, Rug is such a great person." I do it out of the kindness of my heart, and because I want to use this platform right here to inspire others to do the same as me. If you
Okay, so on the face, I believe he says his name is Rug, so we'll just call him Rug. Yeah, okay, I could see that. You're a young kid and you want to use your platform that you have, and your massive amount of followers, because 8 million is nothing to sneeze at. But you want to use that platform to initiate some kind of social change. Like, that's all great and fine. The problem is that when you do engage with homeless people, specifically, it can very easily be criticized as using them as a human prop, right? So you don't want to do that. You want to try to stay as um, you want to try to stay as active you want to try to stay as actively consistent in their life, but also, like I said, you want to be pushing that, hey, so, did you go to the doctor today, and do you need a ride to the doctor, How about we help you set up transportation to to get you to the clinic to make sure that your meds are filled, that kind of thing, because that's something that's really important. That you like I said, you have someone who probably sounds like they do have some kind of um, mental inacuity, uh, to to some degree, um, that has maybe some problems with um, rationalizing things, because if they're not willing to put themselves first, that's an issue in and of itself, and it's sad to say, it really is. But again, let's try to let's just try to withhold judgment and see where this goes. By the way, I love his mom. By the way, I didn't have a mom growing up, so I love the fact that his mom's willing to kind of stick up for her kid, and hey, I really like what my kid's doing here. Regardless if his heart's in the right, or if he, what the truth of the matter behind this really comes down to, it's still nice to see a mom, you know, um, support her son. So
You can't go out and give a homeless man $100 or go buy them a bunch of blankets and pillows. $1 will help. Anything will help a homeless man. So that's my goal right there. I hope you guys can take something from me. I want to use this platform to spread nothing but positivity, and I'm glad that you guys see it. So let's get right into the video.
She say you love me, I tell her partly. I only love my bed and my mom, I'm sorry.
Okay, so the reason I'm playing God's Plan, one, is because I freaking love Drake, and two, if you guys didn't see, the music video to God's Plan came out a couple days ago, and I was truly inspired and touched by that video, as were a lot of other people. Drake had a budget of $996,000 to use for that video, and you want to know what he spent that on? He spent almost $1 million on helping other people, whether it's giving a scholarship to a girl, whether it's buying groceries for the whole entire grocery store. He spent almost $1 million on just helping people out. Drake is honestly one of the most humble and genuine people I've ever seen. I was gonna say one of the most humble and genuine people I've ever met, but I haven't met Drake. That's still on my bucket list, but that was one of the main reasons why I wanted to do this today as well, because that truly inspired me, like I said, and I'm glad that that music video of God's Plan is going viral to spread positivity and to show that you could do good in this world. So honestly, shout out to the Sixth God. That was one of the most inspiring videos I've ever seen.
okay, so before we continue the video, I just want to say that it's interesting to me that you have Rug here talking about you like his inspiration to do this, right, was something similar to an artist that he looks up to. So and I'm interested to see how many fans of Rugs actually go out into the world and actually start engaging in with local community shelters and things like that, and maybe start doing some volunteering and meeting people like Mike in their own neighborhoods. I would actually like to know if that's really going on. That's interesting. Okay, so if let's rewind just a little bit. Here's an issue right away with what I have, and that's these blankets right here. These are actually, I can't tell if those are really are blankets or not. They look like fleece, like fleece throwover blankets. They could be towels, but the way that they're folded and the way that the edges are hemmed, I'm gonna just go ahead and assume that they're fleece, like they're fleece blanket liners or something like that, right? The little thin blankets you kind of just throw over yourself when you're snuggled up on the couch watching TV. The problem with that is that because they're fleece, they're not going to hold up to the elements so well. You're better off getting a nylon or poly lined sleeping bag. They run, depending on where you're going. This looks like Target or Target, um, as my aunt would say, right? So if you go to Walmart, usually, especially in the off seasons, their camping gear is usually pretty cheap. If not, you can usually go to like overstock.com or stuff like that and get a sleeping bag that's thermally insulated, and it helps protect against those sorts of elements better. I don't. I'm assuming that he probably lives in some place like California or something like that, where the only thing he's going to really have to worry about for his new friends is the rain, right? So, but still, even then, rain can get cold. Um, and especially in some of these other screenshots, I'm seeing this guy super bundled up. Like this one, he seems to have some kind of jacket made out of a quilt. Maybe he made it. I don't know, but or some kind of poncho looks like that he might, some kind of patchwork type clothing that he would have made. But it also seems like big because of the bone, because of his bone structure, I'm gonna assume that he's not actually, a super big jolly Santa Claus looking guy. I'm pretty sure he's got a few other layers of clothes layered underneath that, and that's probably just stay warm at night. A sleeping bag's gonna really help insulate you better. That kind of blanket is a no go. I'm just saying, like I've because of the long time I've spent out in the field with homeless people like Mike. Now, I'm not saying I personally know Mike. I'm saying like Mike, where living under bridges and with tent cities and going to different shelters and things like that. That's the first thing that they tell you is that, oh, no, we don't want to give you, this was donated, but we don't want to give it to you because you're outside and we know that it's not going to last you, right? Even some shelters, if they give it to you, they're like, hey, if you need something, if this gets wet or if it gets ripped or torn or something, just come back, we'll give you another one, right? Like they give those kind of items out as a last resort, or if you're inside for the night, they'll give you something like that to sleep with, knowing that it's going to be washed and taken care of. And that's another thing too, is with that kind of thing, you got to worry about not just it getting wet, but dirty, mildew, attracting bugs and things like that. um, so that's something that, yeah, that I don't know if that was 100% thought through. So we'll see what else he's grabbing here. Socks. Okay, yes. Now he redeems himself with the socks. I don't know. Like I said, blankets. I'm not a fan of that idea. But I like the fact that he's grabbing these socks. Just they don't have to be in nothing fancy. Just regular tube socks. If you guys are gonna go out and start doing your own engagement projects or something like that, grab socks. Protecting the feet is one of the most important things. You don't know how many times I've seen open-ended, not open-ended, but open sores, blisters, things like that that have actually started leaking out, like secreting yellow pus, which is bad. It's okay when it's the creamy white, but when it's the runny, watery yellow and it stains and it looks like tar stains coming down into your clothing, that's not good. That means that there's active infection in those wounds. In fact, we had one guy lose an entire foot because of gangrene, and that's the reason why was because he's basically camping out in the swamp because the cops kept hassling him underneath all the bridges. So he found a couple of acres of empty swamp land, and he set up out there, and he had to eventually get his foot taken off because of the infection.
Oh, rugs. I'll take this one.
Do they need it to phase it up?
Okay, so hygiene products. Hygiene products aren't necessarily a huge deal. They're a nice comfort. I'm not gonna lie, but it's not like I woke up, every single day like, oh my god, my life is so horrible. I don't have toothbrush and a toothpaste. Most most shelters and outreach programs will give this stuff away like willingly. They get this stuff in by the shitload. So yeah, see, those are blankets. You see that there? I don't know if my cursor is enabled. But yeah, those are supposed to be like cotton blankets or fleece blankets. Okay, and I don't know. I don't necessarily know if showing the price tag on this is a good idea. It's kind of a shitty move. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like kind of the same thing like as if you were showing the the receipt with a Christmas gift or a gift, a birthday present or something. Hey, look at me. I pay. Xbox. I bought this Xbox One, and it's the most expensive thing here because it costs $600. Like, I don't think the price tag really has anything to do with it. In fact, I think it's stupid to pay that much money for stuff that the homeless need. It's not that like they're not gonna care if it's Under Armour, underwear, socks, or leggings. You know what I mean? Some people call them thermals, some people call them long johns, but like it just long johns, socks. Um, like I said, toothbrush, toothpaste, stuff like the mouthwash, hygiene kits like that. Fine, but you also got to remember too that they're not always gonna have clean access to clean water to brush their teeth. Um, Sometimes even going into a private establishment just to use the bathroom to do those sorts of things will get the cops called on you. So, like I said, usually the shelters and the wet shelters, the dry shelters, the transitional shelters, or even just a day shelter where you can come in during the morning time, grab yourself some breakfast, shower. They have showers available most of the time. Um, um, what else? Brushing the teeth. Um, every once in a while, they'll have a couple people from like Great Clips or something like that come in and give people haircuts, things like that. They have people come in and they'll have like social workers from the state or the city come in and do intake assessments and stuff for rapid rehousing and things like that. Like the day shelters pretty much handle a lot of the workload um, for continuums of care, um, that a lot of and they really go unnoticed. I feel like almost criminally so.
Hi, my name is Brian, and I would like to order a bunch of food, probably to feed about 20 to 25 people.
Well, we have quite a few menus, but barbecue is our specialty. Is that something that you would consider?
Yes, barbecue is perfect.
Okay. We have some homemade or specialty barbecue beans.
Hmm. There was something that he didn't include in his thing that now he's talking about barbecue. Like it just dawned on me. Where's the toilet paper in 5-gallon buckets? I know that sounds horrible, but think about it. If you're living under a bridge, I'd rather have someone shit in a bucket with toilet paper and then dig a hole and just dump it out and bury that crap, literally, than just dumping in the woods like a bear. You know what I mean? Just saying. You want to talk about stench? That is some mean stink right there, and it never goes away. It stays with you on your clothes, on your tent, on your sleeping bag, everything. Even if you had there was a lady that I knew that was living down by the beach, next to the lake for quite a few months because she was afraid to go home, because of a domestic situation, and she basically had the same clothes on her body like the entire time. She got very sick because she had um, no toilet paper. She had no toilet paper. She had no access to feminine hygiene products. And this was a young girl, you know. She was she didn't even have anything to boil water with. She had been someone gave her like 5 or 6 boxes of ramen noodles, and nobody. thought to give her a pot to boil some water with. She had basically she was consuming them raw, crunchy, which is fine. But think about the lack of any sort of real nutritional value that meal's gonna lack. You know what I mean? Just sucking down, you know, beef bouillon flavored powder and some dry noodles. You know, sleeping bags, socks, 5-gallon buckets, toilet paper if you really want to go extravagant. Skip the toothpaste and the toothbrushes and stuff like that. Like I said, all the shelters are going to have access to that sort of things. Sticks of deodorant, travel size mouthwashes, travel size soaps, shampoos, conditioners, stuff like that. Toilet paper, 5-gallon buckets, camp stoves, propane, um, even lighters and cigarettes, right? I had one guy tell me flat out, he's like, yeah, I panhandled $7 today, and I'm like, cool, well, where's the $7? And he told me, he's like, oh, well, I spent it on cigarettes, and cigarettes in the state of Wisconsin are about $7. Now, cigarettes in Chicago, the Chicagoland area, are close to $15 now, so it's crazy. It's not. People will ask me too. They're like, well, I'm not gonna support their habit. Yeah, but it's not about you. It's about the charity. It's about the giving of the charity. The charity is about the person you're giving to, not about what you feel comfortable with. Go to the store. Most of the time you'll find people smoking things like Newport Menthol 100. So go to the store, buy a carton. If you really, if the money value, the price tag at the end of the day is what's gonna make you feel validated, get 2 cartons of cigarettes. That right there, even the cheapest is gonna run you about $90. You know, and I'm talking like the cheapest states. Like I think Kentucky's one of them, Missouri's one of them, where they're like $49 a carton. That you figure you round up to $50. That's $100. You buy 2 cartons, and you don't have to give somebody 1 carton. You give a pack to one guy, you give a pack to another guy, you give it or give 2 packs. But you make it about them, what their needs are. So that is something that I do have an issue with. This guy's going out of his way to go get barbecue, you know, ribs and brisket and all this other kind of shit, and he doesn't have any of the right supplies to give these guys. That's crazy. All right, let's keep watching.
I'll make some homemade potato salad and maybe a garden salad to go with that.
That is perfect.
That's perfect?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get that order for you right away.
All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
All right, you too, bye. Okay, guys, so I just got off the phone with the catering service, and we just got all the necessities from Target. We got blankets, we got shirts, we got socks, we got toothbrushes. We got a bunch of things from Mike's friends, and the whole point of this, like I said, Mike's dream is to help his homeless friends, help his fellow friends out, and we're basically gonna have Mike be the one supplying everything for his friends. Like, we bought him everything, we bought the food and stuff, so we're gonna make it as if he's the one giving to them, because that's his dream all along. And we're about to go meet up with Mike and his friends right now, and we're gonna get this party started. Mike, how are you? Fine. How you been? Fine.
Okay, yeah. So you'll see over on the left-hand side of the screen, there's already a cart full of stuff. And since these 2 carts are identical, I'm going to assume that this is all those 2 carts contain this man's entire belongings. If that's the case, he's not going to a shelter with this stuff. He's staying outside. He takes his stuff, he goes behind a dumpster, behind a business sometime after hours, where they're not gonna yell at him for loitering, and he's gonna he's gonna take some stuff out, and he's gonna lay it down, he's gonna make himself a little bed, and he's gonna go to sleep. So all that stuff that I mentioned, way better than what Rug here has got. So let's just see.
Good. Are you ready for the feast? Oh, yes. You invite a lot of your friends?
Yeah, all with you.
Awesome, thank you, man. Yeah, of course. So, you guys want the food set up over in the park over here?
Yeah, we put out 2 tables
cool. The picture right here.
Yeah, and then we have like two long tables. So.
Awesome. Do you think there's enough room for me to park the truck there and just unload?
All right, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Cool. You want to take a picture?
Yeah, yeah. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Nice to meet you guys. Okay, guys. So the truck is going to where we set up the tables under that tree in the park, and hopefully Mike's got a lot of his friends there, and we're gonna all just have a fun time. We got some goodies for them at the end. We haven't told them,
Shameless plug for the catering company too.
but we're gonna have Mike give it to them as a gift from him to them. Mike, how do you feel about this? Like, we're turning your dream into a reality.
It makes me feel good because, you know, I wanted to help these people out because some of them don't even really not get to eat, and
Yeah.
some of them have not the clothes to wear.
Okay, so just analyzing this man's speech patterns and his facial expressions as he talks, it seems like he's kind of closing his eyes and trying to um, remember what he wants to say, or try to block out anything that he might be distracted by so that he can speak more and enunciate more clearly. So this could mean one of two things, one maybe three, if you want to speculate and form your little conspiracy theories and whatnot, because I know that's what the internet likes to do. One of them is going to be that this guy's reading from a script and he's trying to memorize his lines. The other one, that's more the conspiracy theory side of thing. The other one is to say, again, some kind of mental illness issue where something like maybe high level autism. Hang on a second. Hello? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll be right down. Alright, guys. My pizza's here. Just give me 1 second.
What's good? Nothing. Good.
Sorry about that, my peeps. Had to go get the littles their pizza. Alright, so, yeah. Going back to poor Mike here. So, like I was saying, closing your eyes and the way that he's enunciating, and just even just his um, the vocal pitch, I would say that probably either going to be some kind of drug or alcohol addiction with mental illness, or just mental illness, something like high functioning autism or Asperger's syndrome, um, or something like that, where not all the crayons in the crayon box are sharp. You know, struggle from the same thing, and if I'm trying to make sure that I don't screw anything up, I do this exact same thing. I close my eyes really tight, and I just kind of get through it. You know what I mean? And it seems like it might be what he's doing right here, or maybe he's just camera shy. I mean, that could be a fourth thing too. Maybe he doesn't like having the camera pointed at him. You know?
Where, and they have not even the money to buy a cart to stick their stuff in. So what can we do for them?
Yeah, of course. All this food and the gifts that we got is from you to them, okay?
Oh, thank you so much for helping them out.
Of course.
And some of them they have their families come visit them, and they have not. Their families don't have any money. They can't help them out either.
Yeah.
They're strapped to their finances.
Well, I hope this helps you out and helps out your friends, because that's the whole point of this.
Makes me feel so good that they're helping them out, and I wish I could do something more for them. But I give my friendship, and I think that helps out. Will help them out to get
Yeah.
along with what they.
Anyone who's your friend should be blessed, man. Like, you have such a kind heart. You're super genuine.
People like me a lot because I.
Okay, yeah, so remember layering of the clothes. So underneath this, like I said, the kind of like this patchwork, kind of poncho liner kind of thing. You can see he's got a nice big thick, like a Carhartt or something like that kind of jacket underneath it. It doesn't look like it's gonna be that cold outside, so the only reason why he would be bundled up like that is if he had no place to go at night where it does start cooling off, and you do have to worry about kind of retaining that body heat.
I was a very loving, gentle person.
Of course, I can see it, man.
Come now, it's time to eat, everyone.
How long have you known Mike for?
Oh, for a while.
Are you excited to eat?
Yes.
Nice. Are you excited to eat too? Are you guys excited? By the way, Mike is the one that planned this whole thing. This is all Mike. I swear. Mike wants nothing but the best for his friends. All these are your friends right here?
Yes, all my friends and from Linda Vista.
How are you, man?
Doing very well for themselves, having something to eat.
Yeah.
And we're excited coming over here, and so they've really helped me out a lot, and been good friends.
Yeah.
And so we thought we'd take some time together and have something to eat.
Of course.
Share some goodwill for what we could do for our community as we have done before. Give thanks that I can help them out.
And you know what? Mike's such a sweetheart for saying that he still believes that he is, and I'm not, and it's not to argue against that he is not, okay? But he still believes that he's still a contributing member to his community, and that right there that's amazing, you know. So, but does that back up? Does that back up, or does that refute my claim from earlier that Mike is showing signs of complacency? I would say it's a man struggling to, at this point, I see a man that's really struggling to stay positive with the current situation. So is it complacency? I would say yes and no. I would say it has more to do with I'm here, so I might as well make the best of it. But still, you should have that positive support system around you to say, hey, no, don't make this a permanent thing. You need to get off your ass. You need to get motivated. Let's solve these problems, and let's continue moving forward.
And along with you too.
Thank you, Mike. Look at all this food. What a successful turnout. We also got more of Mike's friends on the way. Honestly, I wish I was as popular as Mike. I didn't have this many friends. Guys, look at what a nice guy Mike is. Like, he lets all the females go first. He lets all his friends go first. Enjoy it, okay? got the DJ? Okay, okay, okay.
Is right on the corner next to you.
How's that food? It's good? Mike, you having fun so far?
Oh, such great fun. You know, my friends had a good meal, and now they're going to get a free gift. I don't know what they're going to do with themselves tonight.
Let's see what you're gonna give them. Come on, Mike. Hey, remember, this is from you to them, not from me to you.
You guys doing a great job, though.
Of course, man. So everyone gets their own blanket. We got some like toothbrushes and toothpaste, some deodorant, some socks, shirts. Oh, we got everything, man. So.
Well, see, he didn't show the undershirts. That's okay. That's pretty cool. Something some kind of breathable fabric, hopefully, like you know, like a light cotton.
If you want to gather up all your friends, and we can start handing them out.
Hey, come on, guys. Come for your free gift.
I love my
Free socks and blankets and toothpaste.
Sorry, my name is Roseanne. I'm from Buena Vista with this young man right here.
Okay, Buena Vista. So that's California. So it's probably like 50 or 60 degrees out there right now. Maybe even warmer. This girl's running around with a tank top on. So, and she doesn't seem like she's shivering at all. That kind of stuff right there, like I said, like you need to get something that's going to be more tolerable to the conditions that you're at, not necessarily. And this, I wouldn't say that this is Rug's fault. These are common misconceptions and myths that get played into a lot of charitable giving. That's why this would be considered like charity porn, right? It has nothing to do with bad actors or ill intentions, but it does have everything to do with just ignorance. Really educate yourself on what the circumstances of the people that you want to go in and help are, and then heuristically come up with with an objective or a goal, saying, hey, so I'm gonna go to the store. Let's say I'm Rug. I want to go to the store and I want to buy these guys some supplies. Obviously, that he's got a pretty decent sized car there. Why do hey, I'm gonna take a few of you guys. Let's run over to Target. You guys pick out whatever it is that you need. Specify what the limit is per person. Okay, don't just let them go nuts in the store. And I'll get into that at the end of the video. But don't let them go nuts. But just allow them to really go in and get the stuff that they feel like they need, and then just be done with that.
This young man right here, if we have more of this, then our world's gonna be a better place.
Of course.
So
That's what I try to use my platform for. I want to spread positivity, and I want to let people know that this is the right thing to do.
So this is from. I haven't been back here like 30 years in this community, and to me, it's just a big. It fills my heart. And
That's great to hear. Of course.
That face, right?
What color blanket you like?
The color doesn't matter to me as long as it's black.
Blanket
Holy shit, it's Stan Lee, you guys.
and socks
Yeah. I'm gonna keep
and
You want a toothbrush and toothpaste?
toothbrush, toothpaste, and
Deodorant
Yeah.
and spray. There you go. That's.
Hey, thanks.
is there anything you really
I think you got everything.
Yeah, I think we're good for one. There we go. Thank you.
Come on, guys. Come and get your blankets and stuff. There's a blanket, and got a t-shirt for you. And I know you can use this. I know you got low on clothing. And some toothpaste and deodorant. All right.
And spray. You smell good.
Spray.
Oh, I didn't see it. We're on the other side of it. Okay.
And you want spray deodorant? You spray perfume deodorant? You have spray?
Mike just supplied all of his friends with blankets, toothpaste, all that fun stuff. So Mike, it's your turn. Guys, my stupid camera died, but Mike, it's your turn. So pick out blankets, pillows, whatever you need, okay?
An extra large t-shirt, of course. All right. And socks.
Got it?
Yep.
We're good? How was today, Mike? I love you.
My dream come true.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's so great to hear.
Too.
That's awesome, Mike. You are the best. Like, everybody loves you. You have such a kind heart, and just keep sharing it with the world, okay?
I certainly will.
All right?
Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. I'll definitely come visit you soon, okay?
All right. Well, have a good day, everyone, and I'll see you when we have our next event. Our events come, and then once in a while I have to talk to the homeless people. They'll come too. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Guys, I am trying so hard right now not to cry, but it's kind of hard for me because I just finished watching and editing all the footage I just had, and I miss all the people that I just met today. I honestly want to go back tomorrow to see how they're doing, and honestly, I'm just so blessed that I'm even in a position to where I'm able to do that and help out all those homeless people. We turned a normal Sunday for them into a fun little gathering with food and goodies. And honestly, shout out to Mike, shout out to all the people that I met today. You guys all have such kind hearts. And like I said, guys, I really want to use this platform. I've said it a couple times in this video, but I really want to use this to spread positivity. If you guys want to share the video around, I really just want nothing but positivity in this world. And it sucks that, like, this world, it's kind of hard to find positivity, and there's a lot of negative people out there. But honestly, just fuck the haters, fuck all the negative people. Like, I'm telling you, if you're happy in life, that's all that matters, and just do good in the world. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to end the video there. If you did enjoy, please be sure to drop a like. Let's see how many likes we can get on this video. Like I said, share the video, hit that subscribe button if you are new. And I was literally tearing up the whole time I was editing. I couldn't hold myself. Like, I was tearing up, man. That was crazy. That was super emotional.
It might be emotional. It might be emotional for the person here to be there and to think about how traumatic being in a situation like that could be, especially on someone's motivation and their psyche and their emotional state. But I don't necessarily think that it's tear-jerking journalism. I mean, that's just me.
And I'm glad we got to make Mike's dream come true. So yeah, guys, I hope you all have a great rest of your day. And other than that, it's been Rug, and I'm out. Peace.
Okay, so another thing that we're gonna be looking at here, before we move on, I just want to talk real quick. So, yeah, the thing about this is that you really have to look at you really do have to look at how the gain of the people that you're trying to help versus the gain that you're getting from this. So I think that evidence right there would just be, and this is my opinion of it, going back and judging, because when I was out in the field with my guys and girls, right, my people, to really sit down with them and to understand them, I had to become them, right? And in order to do that, I basically gave up a good chunk of my life to to devote to being homeless and living in transitional shelters and transient hotels, where it's $100 a week kind of thing, like a boarding house, right? um and just really going underneath the bridges and living in different encampments and stuff like that, and traveling around as a vagabond. That right there is, like, I'm sure there's something that I could probably put into a book and sell for a crap ton of money, and that's not the point of it, though. The point of it's to do something better and to turn it into something more positive, and make it a policy to put in action and to move forward with. Now, having that said, we're going to be looking at what some people call social experiments here, and I'm going to pick a couple. One of them actually I've seen before, and that was don't know if I can find it now. I know the YouTube channel's Joe something or other. Okay, immediately this one catches my eye, mostly because it's troll munchies, but also homeless versus military experiment. So let's see. Let's just see this one real quick. It's not a super long deal.
Sir, I just need to borrow. Yeah, sorry, I'm like a wreck right now. My phone's dead. If you want, you can hold on to it, but I just need to make a quick phone call to see my grandma to see if she's okay. She's in the hospital. She was dying. Okay. Do you mind if I borrow your phone real quick? No problem.
Okay, first of all, fake uniform. Your blouse is. Wait, what the fuck is going on here? Okay, so first of all, flags assaulting forward. Fucking just regular American flag. You're wearing black. You're wearing black combat boots. Your laces aren't tucked. You you have you have bunny ears on your laces. Your pants are tucked. I mean that's fine. Most of the guys I know tuck theirs, but you have no assignment patch, and I'm pretty sure I've seen these boots before and inside of Walmart for like 39 bucks. So I'm pretty sure they're not even what the hell is the damn UCC code? Is it 6070? Is it 67-1? 670-1? Fuck. Rip.
Thanks, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, you can hold on to my phone. I appreciate it.
And he's got no fucking name tape. Where's your name tape, bro? Where's that name tape, bro? Start sounding like JT Suits now. God damn. Go stop listening to this cancer and go subscribe to JT Suits. He does a hell of a lot better job doing this kind of shit.
Thanks.
Welcome. I hope everything's all right.
I hope so too. I really appreciate it.
Sorry. No. Sorry. Oh, no.
What the fuck is he?
It's okay.
What is that over there?
Hold on to my phone, man. Here. That way.
It says.
I appreciate it, man.
Is that a? Okay, hold on. What the fuck is? What the fuck? Okay, he's got no rank, so he's an Velcro. He's got no unit assignment. He's got a tan U.S. Army. He's got a tan branch tape.
I appreciate it.
He's got tan branch tape on something that probably goes on a fucking assault packer or some shit like that, right? And he's wearing digi ACU camis. What the fuck? God damn. What? God fuck. Like I can't word.
I really gotta get back to work right
Words
now.
I cannot make.
Sir, do you mind if I use your phone to make a quick phone call?
I don't have a phone.
Ma'am, can I borrow your phone? I just need to make a quick phone call. My grandma's dying, please. I just need to make a quick phone call. Like I'm homeless. Like, I need to make a phone call. You don't have a phone, do you? I see your phone right there. I just need to make a quick phone call.
Dude, this is. I swear to God, that's the same dude from earlier. Scripted as fuck. God damn it. God damn it. Yeah, see, it is the same dude. Look, it's the same fucking dude. Same dude. I don't even know what the fuck is. I don't even know what the fuck Gymshark is, bro. Fake ass push. Fuck out of here with your bullshit. See, okay, so this is obviously fake. Alright, I don't know why I just subjected myself to this fucking cancer. But I have cancer of the scrotum now. Scrotum cancer. I think if we go this route. Yeah, Joseph Costello. There we go. This is the one that I like. I originally saw this one first since my friend and I were talking about. He showed it to me. Okay, so the dude on the left. I want to see if I remember this correctly. The dude on the left is the homeless guy. Joseph Costello is on the right. All kind of like, God, what the fuck, bro. Anyway. I don't know what the fuck's going on with your head, but that receding hairline, that, bro, like, fuck, like, I'm sorry, I don't even know you, dude, but probably ain't even gonna watch this shit any damn way. The point, though, I'm trying to make here is that dude on the right just looks like this video about to eat shit, like, down to the, like, the hell. God damn.
This is Joseph Costello. I've known Joseph a couple of months. Idea for a video in which I would go around as myself and panhandle money. And then
Okay, so at least right there they're being honest, right? So, you know, hey, I've known this guy a couple of months, and we had this idea for video, and I'm an actual homeless person, and I just kind of want to see what's gonna happen. Okay, cool. I'm down for that. I mean, that's basically all Panhandle is doing, anyways. As you're getting your catch, your reel, and your hook together, right? Because you're basically going fishing. What sob story can you come up with to kind of manipulate those charged thoughts and quick emotions and stuff to kind of get people to just hand you a couple bucks, whatever they have, you know, laying around in their pocket or purse. um the ones where just handing 20s out, like, nobody does that shit, first of all, and second of all, if they do hand a 20 out, it's because they're one of them hearts on your sleeve type people, and you just don't find people like that anymore. It's for good fucking reason.
we go back into the same area with me in a business suit. And I hope you enjoy this video and how things.
Yeah, I want to give a special thanks for Sandy for being a part of this.
Oh, Sandy, that's his name, Sandy. Not to make light of this, because this guy on the left looks like he's pretty well put together. You know, despite whatever things he has wrong going on in his life right now, to make him in this put in this situation. But can I just add real quick how much of a lookalike he looks like fucking Dustin Hoffman? Holy Jesus, dude.
This video would not be possible at all if Sandy didn't agree to do this. This is a really cool experiment we came up with, and I hope you guys learned something from it, because I definitely did. Enjoy it. Special thanks for Sandy. Thank you.
Alright, let's get in.
How's it going, guys?
It's good, it's good.
Oh, holy shit, those sideburns though, bro.
Good to see you.
How do you look?
Okay, not bad. Okay, so I guess they're just gonna buy him a nice cheap little suit from from some kind of thrift store or some kind of wholesale shop, because that definitely does not look like some kind of Saks Fifth Avenue or K&G or some shit, right? So they're just gonna buy him a cheap little suit, and they're probably gonna like I said, I think if I remember this video correctly, they're just gonna walk around and try to panhandle money in a suit versus looking like a bum. So
Let's do it.
Excuse me, but I need 50 cents for a bus ticket. I'm just a little bit short. I get my 50 cents, I get to go. Kind of in a big hurry.
So I'm not gonna lie, the autism kind of kicked in there for a minute, and one of my favorite movies to watch with my younger siblings is the Lego Movie, and that Princess Unicorn Kitty or whatever, where they break into the they break into the fucking the um the evil business guys like lab or whatever, and they're having some kind of boardroom meeting, and she's trying to like preoccupy them, all the henchmen and shit, and she's business, 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 numbers. Is this working? Like this is Sandy right now. That is the epitome of what this man's doing. Yeah, hey, so can I, I'm 50 cents short for a bus ticket. Can you help me out? Just 50 cents. Good to go. Uh, First of all, I'm waiting for him to say okay, and second of all, again, it's nothing against the guy, but just like the production quality of this video, like holy fuck, dude. Where is this camera? I mean, how are you not seeing the camera? The camera, like, it doesn't look like they're in a car, like hiding anywhere or any. It just looks like they're in plain sight, just watching people go by, right?
Well, thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
Look, and he looks right at the camera.
Well, thank you. $2. Thank you so much. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm about $1 short from a Subway sandwich.
I think I got $1.
And he's doing everything that panhandlers do right here. Okay, so again, this is 5 years of fucking observing this shit. I need a life. You see this hand? He's ready to snatch whatever he's willing to get, because if they hesitate at all, he's gone. He's booking it. So that hand's immediately, think about it like a bird of prey, right? Those clutches. Whatever gets put into his hand, it's his now. He's not giving it up.
It's embarrassing to have to ask. Well, thank you so much. $5.
See, and every time, as soon as it hits his hand, what does he do? He unconsciously kind of crumples it up and just stuffs it in his pocket. So that's, yeah. I mean, you can tell someone who's accustomed to looking for those sorts of things are gonna be able to. Yeah, you're hustling me, dude. Get the fuck away from me.
I asked for 25 cents for a cup of coffee, and he said, it's too hot today for a cup of coffee.